Very good evening and warm welcome to Joy online learning platform. I hope I'm audible to you guys and video is visible to you. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Amrita. And I hope you guys are doing well. And once again, a very warm welcome to our online learning portal of Joy IAS. So we as a team is always there to support you in every best possible manner. And I'm very thankful to the whole team of Geoid, our director, sir, for providing us this opportunity to connect with one of the most brilliant and intelligent community of the country that is known as civil services aspirants. So, a very, very warm welcome on behalf of our director, sir, and all the team members as far as our online learning platform is concerned. Now, today's session had been specially assigned to me by our honorable director, sir, and the teammates to brief you guys for our forthcoming batch and the new course which we are going to start. So we'll have a healthy discussion for next couple of minutes, and I believe that you people are going to enjoy. See, the basic motto or the basic idea behind this particular platform is nothing but to cater the needs of millions of students, who are struggling or juggling with their time constraints and especially the financial constraints. So we have decided to go outrightly with a very sustainable, affordable, and quality oriented program. That's why we are trying to provide you the best quality teaching, not only the classroom programs, but also including our study material, which are made by our best team and best faculties included in that. And everything we are trying to deliver at your doorstep at a very, very nominal cost, we can say, or a very cost effective course, so that every person who had the right talent must get the opportunity to compete for this particular examination. So that's what the whole issue is there. We are providing affordable coaching. That does not mean that we are going to compromise anywhere with the quality. And already now classes are available on our applications. You can just watch them after enrollment, or some of the demo classes are also available. So you can just go through them, and you'll find that whatever we are committing, we are always trying our best to deliver the same. All right. So I hope you are doing well back home, and studies are going good. And very shortly, in next couple of days, we'll be meeting you in person as far as our classes are concerned. Fine. So, shall we proceed the today's discussion? I'm sharing my screen, and if it is visible, do let me know so that you know it would be easy for me to go ahead with the same. So, I hope it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we are today conducting a GS orientation program, right? And basically, it is nothing but to make you familiar with what all we are going to take up in our forthcoming batches. So, as I told you, that we have a very clear cut agenda of providing a sustainable and affordable quality education. But that does not mean that it is affordable and we are going to compromise with the quality. So, when we talk about GS, obviously we know that GS is going to play a very vital role as far as our three stages of the exams are concerned. That is in PT, prelims test, mains, and interview. And here in our foundation program, we are going to take care of all the three stages of this particular subject. So at GEOID, we are going to actually take up the GS course, which is also our foundation course. And the duration of course would be approximately 10 to 12 months, in which we are going to provide you the weekly schedule for the forthcoming week, where you'll be aware about all the courses which are going to be, or the classes which are going to be conducted in the forthcoming week. So we'll have a weekly planner shared with you, you know, in advance, so that you can prepare your sessions. You can watch them according to your availability of time, right? Plus, not only the weekly planner for this particular program would be there, including our current affairs program, where We'll be posting daily current affairs in our group. It will also be inclusive of conducting a periodic test. So the test series part also is going to be part and parcel of this particular course. So it will include the regular course, the core areas we are going to cover. And I said, as it's a long journey of 10 to 12 months, so obviously you need to be consistent and disciplined as far as the beginning of the program is concerned. So from beginning till the end, you must be regular, disciplined. Then only you'll be able to understand the role and contribution of GS in prelims also, in mains also, and in interview also. So our pedagogy, that is the method for teaching, is nothing but whenever we are going to touch any topic, that topic is going to be covered from all the three perspectives. Now, my name is Ravi Pathak. I'm one of the faculty members in our team Geoid, and I'll be basically dealing with the subject called Indian polity, the constitution, and the governance part. So these three modules are going to be taken by me as far as our team is concerned, but we do have the team of experts who will be taking your other subjects as well. So as I told you, our approach would be, I'll give the example of polity only. Our approach would be nothing but to take the polity, constitution, and governance subject from all the three perspectives of our exam, so that our all the students should be in a position to eliminate the incorrect option and mark the correct one in the prelims. In mains, they should be able to write the answer properly. And when they face the interview, they must be aware about the current related aspects as well as the personification of the student, that is, will prepare them for the interview guidance as well, right? Now we are starting, as you all know, that this program is being started from 5th of November. So the course launch date would be 5th of November. That is the next month only we are going to start it. And you can expect the completion of this particular program by the next October or November 2025. And the fees had also been kept very affordable. That is, I guess around 1,000 rupees, right, would be charged only for this particular program on a monthly basis. So that's the basic thing one would like to understand. But apart from that, let's talk about the structure and the pedagogy, what we are going to move along with. So when we talk about the approach, how we are going to take it, now we have the review of the previous batch students also, and they had really appreciated our classroom program and the methodology what we follow. So here also we are going to follow the same methodology. We are going to believe that all the students who are going to be part of this program are nothing but they are the new ones, or we can say they are going to start everything from basic. So for that, what we have kept, whatever the subject we are going to take, for example, let's say I'll be dealing with polity, as I said. So for the polity, what we are going to do, we are going to start from the basic level, right, to make you understand polity, and from basic to we are going to move to the advanced level, and that is going to be followed for all the classes, all the subjects by our respected teammates. So in all, we can say we'll start from the polity, that is, let's say for example the basic level, and then we'll move to advanced level. So I would like to, let's say, make you understand with this example so that it will be easy for you. Now when we talk about contribution of polity, every teacher will explain his or her subject and its role in your exam pattern. So do we have a contribution or role of polity to play as far as the prelims is concerned, as far as the mains is concerned, and as far as the interview is concerned? Like that, you'll get the what importance of the subjects like geography, history, economics, environment, everything. With what? With this references. What is the role of that subject in prelims? What is the role of that subject in mains? And what is the role of that subject in interview? Why I'm particularly taking the example of polity, so that since I teach the polity, so I can give you the best pedagogy for that. Our respected teachers who teach on different subjects, when they will come, they will give the overview of their subject. So like as I told you that when we talk about prelims, what you have to keep it in mind. Now this is very important, and this is going to help you for all the stages, mains and interview. Try to understand this. So from general perspective, if you want to understand, PT comprises of two papers. General studies preliminary test comprises of two papers. Popularly, they are called paper 1 and paper 2. However, the common understanding of this is nothing but this is called general studies paper, and this is called CSAT, Civil Services Aptitude Test. And both the papers are of equal marks, that is 200 marks. And here also you're going to get 200 marks. In GS, you'll face 100 questions, which are in objective format. And in CSAT, you are going to face 80 questions, which are in objective format. Objective means MCQs, multiple choice questions. Out of that, the CSAT is considered to be a qualifying paper. That means here you have to just qualify this paper, and qualifying has been kept at 1/3. So when we say 1/3, you need to score 67.5 marks out of 200 to qualify this paper. That will make you through. But your cutoff, that is the minimum mark, would be decided on the basis of general studies marks. So generally it has been seen that out of 200, any student who is securing between 95 to 110 are easily clearing the prelims. That means if you can score around 50 to 55% marks in prelims, you will be able to make it through mains. Right. So that is the significance of PT. Now, what happened? Some people, some students, because of lack of guidance or lack of support, they actually put a lot of effort as far as the prelims is concerned. I generally request them to avoid that idea. Why? Because let's assume a case. For example, there are two students, A and B. Both are writing prelims, and A had secured, let's say, for example, 110 marks out of 400. Why I'm saying 400? Including the GS and CSAT. Other student B has scored 350 marks out of 400. And this student B is All India PT topper. Right? Just assume a hypothetical situation that somebody had topped the PT, he or she has got the maximum marks in prelims. And this fellow A had just got the qualifying mark, that means he or she had qualified the PT. Right? So this person has also qualified the PT, but the problem is that this person is All India topper also of PT. So along with qualifying, he or she had become the All India topper. Now I'm asking a simple question. Is there any service in the government of India provided by UPSC which would be given to a person who had secured the maximum number of marks in prelims? He or she is a PT topper. So because of this, since he or she has topped the PT, will he be allowed to what? Get into any services? Yes. Or this fellow who had just qualified the PT, will he or she be allowed to get any services? And when I say any services, that means any government service. Right from Safai Karmachari, you might have heard about. This is also a government job. Right. So right from Safai Karmachari to an IS Adhikari, or what we call IS officer. Is there any job which would be offered by UPSC to either of the students A or B? Can you give your answer? Anybody? Are you able to hear me? You can unmute and answer if you want, or you can answer through chat also if you want. Okay. All right.
No, sir.
No. Right. Even if you top the PT, then also you will not be getting any service. Even if you just qualify the PT, then also you will not get any service. That means what will happen? That means you will only get the admit card for what? Writing your mains. So both the candidates, A and B, will get the admit card to write their mains. Right? Now, when these two students will come into mains, what will happen? Now let's try to understand the mains pattern. When we talk about mains, the GS is divided into 4 papers, namely paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, and paper 4. And these 4 papers of general studies, each of them is for 250 marks. Right? So you can say roughly about 1000 marks GS. Plus you have to go with your optionals, right? Which would be 2 paper, 1 and 2. So it would be again for 250, that is 500 marks. and plus one paper of essay would be there in mains, which would be again for 250 marks. So you can say 1000 plus 500 plus 250, 1750 marks worth paper would be there. Two language paper also would be there, but that marks are not counted. They are just qualifying marks. Now, the point here is if this whole mains comprised of 1750 marks, do you know what is the cutoff generally goes for mains? The cutoff goes between 700 to 850 marks. Anybody who secures 700 to 850 marks will get a call for interview. Right? So here, if somebody scores 700, he also will get the call. If somebody scores 850, he or she also will get the call for the mains. Less than 700, people would be out. More than 700, they will get the call. But interview is for 275 marks. And some people get 90 marks in interview out of 275. Some get 220 marks out of 275. Depends upon how they have performed in their interview. And this both the marks are added together and it becomes the final list. So what happens? If a person gets 700 marks and in interview he got 90 only, so total marks would be 790 and this fellow would be out of race. If a person got 850 plus 90, 940 marks, he or she may get the rank but very lower rank, 800, 900 or something. But what if a person gets 850 plus 220? Then what will happen? 1070 marks would be there. He or she may be in top 50, top 100. What I'm trying to tell you, in PT, even if you score the highest mark, it's of no use. Just try to qualify. In interview, you try to get maximum marks, but how much you'll get, you cannot be sure as of now. The only surety you have is if you can increase this number. Let's say in place of 850, somebody has got 1000 plus marks in mains. And even if interview he or she will get 90 marks, then also he or she will be in top 50 or top 100. So the whole idea is nothing but what I'm trying to convince you or tell you that at Geoid, what we are best at. At Geoid, we are best at preparing you for what? Writing the answers. Because answers are the one which will actually fetch you very good mark. Now, what happens with the student? They go to big coaching, they pay lakhs of rupees. They actually do the syllabus coverage, no doubt about it. So there, syllabus coverage is done. That means all the coaching institutes will teach history, geography, polity, everything. But nobody takes the pain to make them learn answer writing. Why? Even let's say I'm assuming that some of you have done the coaching, some of you know the subject, but when it comes to answer writing, let's say we have a question X, Y, Z. Now, I think this is showing that meeting will end in 10 minutes. If that happens, please do wait and we'll create another link and share it with you. So when we talk about, let's say XYZ question, we all have written some answers in our school, your college or university, something like that. But the question we have wrote with the answers where the keywords were what, why, how, when, where, and so on. What do we mean by this? The questions which are starting from WH and WH, that is who, what, why, when, where, how. These are called factual questions because they have a clear-cut answer. If you know the answer, you can write. If you don't, you have to leave the question. But what happens in UPSC and why it becomes difficult? In UPSC, you will not get the questions with the keywords like what, why, how, and so on. Here you'll get the keywords like discuss. The question is same. Comment. Examine. Elaborate. Explain. Like that, we have around 18 to 20 keywords by using which UPSC asks the question. So what is the idea? The main thing here you have to learn, and that is what we are specialized at Geoid, that will make you write the answer in 20 different formats. Then only you'll be able to feel that confidence that, okay, if the question will come in mains, you'll be able to answer. For example, if we take a question, let's say, what? Write about the India. Right. Write a question. Let's say question is, India is what? having demographic dividend. I'm just giving example. Demographic dividend means we have a high population, so we have some benefit of having a good population, high population or huge population. So India is having a demographic dividend. Discuss. So you may write some answer for this. But if the same question, India is having a demographic dividend, comes with the keyword comment, what will change in the answer? If it comes with this another keyword, let's say elucidate, what would be the answer? If the same question comes with the keyword critically examine, what would be the answer? So if you are going to write the same answer for every keyword, you will not get any marks in UPS. You have to change your answer based upon the keywords. This is what we are going to teach our student and GUI. That try to write the answer as per the demand of the question. So what I'm trying to tell you that at this particular platform, you will be learning the art of writing answer, which you may not get even after paying lakhs of rupees as a fees in big so-called branded multinational coaching kind of. So at GID, we are good at this one. Now let's come back to our discussion. So as I've told you that when we talk about subject wise, let's say I'll be taking polity for example. So what would be the role of polity as far as our subject is concerned? Like that, what would be the role of geography as far as prelims means interview is concerned? What is the role of history? Like that, every teacher will give you the importance of that particular subject. So if I talk or if I say that, let's say we talk about polity. So, for example, is polity important for PT? How we'll come to know? So for that, we need to understand the GS. Now, when we talk about GS in prelims, it comprises of 9 modules. One is polity, other is history, other is geography, other is economics, other is science, other is current affairs. Like that, we have 9 modules. And the total number of questions which are going to be asked from GS is 100 questions in prelims. So if I divide 100 questions into 9 modules, what I'll get? I'll get around 9 to 11 questions from each of the modules. But UPSC is also known as Unpredictable Service Commission. There is another definition of UPSC. One is Union Public Service Commission, other is Unpredictable Service Commission. So when we talk about unpredictable, sometimes they can ask more than 15 questions also from polity. Sometimes they can ask more than 18 questions also from history or 20 questions plus from geography like that. They can keep changing. But what is the minimum we can assure of that at least 9 to 11 questions would be there from polity? And what does it mean? Each question is for 2 marks. So 9 to 11 question means 18 to 22 questions will have as far as this particular segment. So 18 to 22 marks is what? Worth. Because repeating, we need only 95 to 110 marks. The point here is 18 to 20 marks from one subject. Like that, you'll get some marks from history, geography. That's why you have to focus it equally. So our subject role in PT would be around 18 to 22 marks. Okay. Similarly, do we have a role to play in mains? Obviously, we'll see whether we have a role to play in mains or not. So for that purpose, as I've told you, when we talk about our subject called polity, just like other subjects, polity also one subject. In mains, it will be asked in paper 2. So GS paper 2. Now GS paper 2 is for what? 250 marks. But GS paper 2 comprises of 3 subjects. One, there would be questions from international relations. Other, there would be questions from polity, constitution and governance. And other, there would be questions from Indian society and social justice. So if 250 marks worth question had to be asked from 3 subjects, what would be the ideal division? Ideal division would be roughly about 70 to 90 marks question would be from IR, 70 to 90 marks question would be from polity, and 70 to 90 marks question from what? Indian society or social justice. But this is again an ideal division. It may happen that in a particular year, UPSC may ask more than 120 plus marks question from IR. What will happen? The other 2 subjects will have a lesser mark to ask. If they ask more than 120 questions, marks question from polity, other 2 will have a lesser. Same thing can happen with the other part. So if there is more number of questions, right, in any subject, the other 2 will have a lesser questions. But at least what we can rest assured that this is the minimum what we can target, 70 to 90 marks. So here, when we talk about 70 to 90 marks, That means polity in mains would be giving us what? 70 to 90 marks out of 250. This is the role of polity in mains. The role of polity in prelim is 18 to 20 marks. Now, do we have a role in the third stage, that is in interview stage? Let's try to see that. So when we talk about interview stage, then as I've told you, interview is all about your personality. So it is for 275 marks. Here you are not supposed to write anything. Here you will be sitting for the interview, which may last for 30 to 35 minutes. And most of the time, let's say suppose they have asked 100 questions in interview. Out of that, 70 questions would be on your biodata or DAF, we call it, detailed application form or summary sheet, which will submit in your mails. So mostly questions would be from there. However, the remaining 30 questions would be based upon what? The recent developments. So let's say there are some recent development, for example, you might be knowing that Ladakh ongoing issue is there. So how Ladakh controversy is associated with reorganization of the states? How Ladakh constituency or maybe controversy is associated with what making it a union territory, making it a state, or they wanted a full-fledged state. Like this, they may ask around 30 questions which are from the current affair. So there you can expect 3 to 4 questions from polity. Like delimitation is very much in use. So they may ask what you understand by delimitation, how it is related with the what, how it is related with the electoral constituency, how it is related with the Women Reservation Act, which had been passed by the government of India, how it is related with the Project Vista, the new parliament which had been created, what would be the impact of delimitation, who does that. All these questions may be asked in interview. So what we can expect in interview from polity, we can expect what? 3 to 4 questions. How many marks? We cannot quantify that, but obviously, at least we can expect that 3 to 4 questions in the interview would be there from what? Polity as a subject, the political development which took place in our last 1 year or so. So if we summarize, then when we talk about, let's say we're starting the class with polity, economy, or any subject, every teacher will give you the overview like this, that what is the role of this subject in your first stage of examination, what is the role of this subject in your second stage, that is mains of UPSC, and what is the role of the subject in third stage, that is called interview. So let's say I'm going to take polity. So polity will give you around what I said, 9 to 11 questions in prelims or 18 to 22 marks worth question in pre. In mains, it is going to give you around 70 to 90 marks worth question, minimum side. Maximum you can get around 120 to 130 marks questions in mains. An interview, you can have 3 to 4 questions verbally. So as a student, I must know that the subject which I'm going to study, I'm going to devote a month to study that subject, whether I'm going to get any benefit out of it. And if yes, then only we can go for it. So for doing polity, let's say we take around, 100 hours of polity or maybe 120 hours of polity. So in 120 hours, what will teach you? All the topics of polity will be taught to you from 3 perspectives: prelims, mains, and interview. So after the completing the course, all the student must be in a position to write each and every possible. If there are 10 questions in UPSC, they must be in a position to attempt 9 correctly. This is what our pedagogy at GeoID, because our director sir and all our respected team members and the faculty members, we are working for one interest only, that if our student appears in the examination, he or she should crack the examination with 80 to 85% accuracy. If 10 questions are there from that subject, every student of us should attempt 8 to 9 questions absolutely correctly. In 1 or 2 questions, they can make a guess, no doubt about it, because some questions in UPSC are like really tough, but at least 85 to 90% accuracy, we must maintain come what may. Is that clear? So this is how we are going to approach as far as our pedagogy for teaching is concerned, right? Then what else apart from this? So what else apart from this? The classes, when it will begin, what we'll do, we'll actually ask you to practice on OMR sheets. Now, what are OMR sheets? OMR sheets are nothing but in which we have to darken the circle so that, you should have a practice, and towards a later stage, when you'll complete some of the modules, then what we'll ask, we'll ask you to actually every day, this would be everyday exercise. Every day you have to darken 100 circles on the OMR sheet from different subjects. So once we have a good amount of information with you, right, then good amount of information is coverage of the syllabus. This practice we will start. That every day you have to darken 100 circles within 2 hours on the OMR sheet. So here you'll fill up the details and here the circles would be there. That is your one assignment so that none of our students should fail PT come what may. And we'll make you what or ask you to practice at least 5,000 to 8,000 questions in your total GS course. So if you practice 5,000 to 8,000 questions, definitely there is a very little chance that you will flunk PT. Otherwise, 99% you will actually qualify PT if provided you are regular in our classes and completing the assignments on. Same thing what we'll do after coverage of certain syllabus, we'll ask you to start writing the mains answer. And when we talk about mains answers, roughly what we have to do, we have to write 1500 to 2000 mains answer before writing the final answer in the exam. See, this is a very clear cut mantra for qualifying UPSC. 5 to 8,000 questions of prelims, one need to be practiced, and 1500 to 2000 mains question along with the answer one need to practice. And for this, we will provide you every possible assistance about the strategy for the PT, about the strategy for the mains, and all those things. And once you get through mains, then definitely at Geoid will provide you the interview mocks. So in interview mocks, what we'll do, our program would be EEP, that is entry to exit program. What does it mean? Entry to exit program. It means the moment you enter into the interview room, until the time you're not taking an exit from the interview room, will guide you every step. See, most of the people do not know how to enter into a room. Even if they know, they don't know how to knock. Whether we have to knock with the first finger, second finger, or both the fingers, whether we have to knock once or twice or thrice. Most of us do not knock only before entering into someone's room. There it is considered negative. The dressing sense. 80% of us do not know how to knot a tie, how to maintain the eye contact, how to keep your legs, body, shoulder, and everything in position. Everything will teach you step by step, provided you are willing to work hard. See, at Geoid, what we are expecting? At Geoid, we are expecting you just to do the hard work. Rest, everything will take care. If you follow, do as directed, trust me, this assurance on behalf of my team I can give you that nobody can stop you. But if you fail to complete your target, if you fail to submit your assignments, if you're not following the guidelines or the practices or the assignments which are given by the respected teachers, then definitely nobody can help you, right? So obviously it is you who has to work hard. And if you're willing to work hard, see, I mean, it takes a lot of courage and pain at the back end for our team to make this course available to you at such an affordable rate, right? At such an affordable cost. And we are doing so. Why? Because we really believe that you people have that talent, you people have that potential. But because of the financial constraints, you might not be able to actually get the access to those so-called premium coachings, which charges 1.5 to 2 lakhs, right? So that is what we have thought. We had worked really hard, and we are working so that we can provide this qualitative education at your doorstep. But after this, also, if you are unwilling to go ahead, then definitely either you switch over your career or think about some other disciplines because this discipline will definitely take a lot of hard work. So I believe that you might have got the message very loud and clear as far as the things at Geoid what we are going to do. Secondly, as I said, our intention is not to make millions of rupees or to make financial achievements. Our intention is nothing but we want the people actually who really deserve and those who have the potential and target to be in the final list of those successful candidates, right? And if I'm not wrong, and don't take me otherwise also, because see, I don't know how many people show trust upon you, how many people believe that you are going to crack this examination. But there are three people in the world who definitely have a trust on you. Out of the three people, the first two are your parents. Those two old people, they have the highest degree of trust on you. You might be amazed to know that mom and dad, they might be fighting with every possible person, relatives, or the persons who are in their contact, because most of them might have told them that your son or daughter may not be able to crack this examination. Why you are sending him or her to prepare for UPSC? They had this question mark. But mom and dad is fighting with all of them because they trust on their kids maximum. They know that my son or daughter will make me proud. So what I'll tell you, that do not let them down. Do not, actually let them down, because point is, you ditch anyone in life, that's a different matter altogether. It's your personal call, but never ever ditch your parents, because they trust you more than anybody else. They want you to be successful, right? Rest everybody is waiting for your failure, but they are the one who are really looking forward that my son or daughter, I trust him and her, that they will make us proud, right? So don't let them down. That is the first. Second thing, if you are a person who is preparing for UPSC, almost all the district might have came to know that you are preparing for UPSC. And what I believe, right from your college, right from your school, right from your graduation, none of you had a blot on your forehead that you failed sometime. You had qualified all your school level exams, college level exams without any failure. So why you want to have that blot that, okay, there was one exam in my life which I was unable to crack? You are able to crack. Only thing is, just you need the seriousness of your school and college. You remember in 10th standard, 12th standard, when you were appearing for your board examinations, how serious you were? And the exam, only you had the question. You wrote all the answer because you memorized everything. You are the same person. And there you scored 70%, 80%, 90% marks also with distinction and so on. In UPSC, trust my dear friends, it just take 45% to 50% mark to top this particular exam. You see the marks of any topper, last 10 years, 15 years, the score goes between 45 to 55% only. Just by securing the least percentage marks of your life, you will get the most prestigious service of the country. And we truly believe, I said no, there are three people. Two are mom and dad. Third person is the teachers. The teachers have a huge belief that our students will qualify, and we are willing to do anything. You are very lucky that you got such a parents who are allowing you to. I mean, don't take it otherwise, but there are many people with the talent are there roaming around the streets in India, but unfortunately, they are not able to get the opportunity which you are getting. So be thankful to your parents. And trust me, we as a teacher, we want you to come out with the flying colors. And for that, we are willing to do anything what you want from us, any support you want from us. We are 24/7 available and just a call or a text away. If you come across any difficulties, do let us know. Because unless you don't disclose your problems, we may not be in a position to provide the solution. So at Geoid, this is our motto, that even if you have some issue at midnight, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, or 4 o'clock early in the morning, we are willing to reply you. But please do come with your concerns, right? And only thing what we want, I mean, we are absolutely thankful to our director, sir, that he had given us the opportunity to work for such a talented mind, across the country. So since he is providing, he is bearing all the expenses. He is running this institution. He's paying every staff, every team members, every teachers, and all those things from his pocket only. But he has a very clear-cut vision that he really want to bring a revolution in the field of education, especially as far as our civil services examination is concerned. So at such an affordable cost, I do not think that you'll find a place where you may get this kind of facilities. Plus, trust me, at such a lower cost also, our director sir is requesting the teachers who had experience of 15 to 20 years to deliver the content. That is same content, right, is going to be delivered to you in a much more cost effective way. So a request would be, try to utilize this particular channel, use this platform to its best, and actually let, make your dreams come true. Your dream in life is to qualify IAS. Our dream in life is to make you qualify as an IAS. And since we have a common dream, there is nothing wrong to join hands together so that we can work for that common objective and ensure that you must come out with the flying colors. Right? So, idea here is nothing but to just provide you the basic overview how we are going to take up the things. But in between, if anything comes up, We are always open for suggestions, feedbacks, and improvisation. We are not a rigid, traditional kind of organization that will not listen to the students. Students are the most intelligentsia or the highest intelligentsia group in India we have. We respect all your thoughts and will definitely do the needful as well. So I guess that's all I have from your end, and I'll open the house for your queries. If you have any question, if you have any doubts, just go ahead and I'll try to answer maximum possible questions. So if anyone want to ask anything, don't hesitate. Do speak. This service wants you to speak. You will be a district collector, the head of the whole district. You cannot remain silent. The other people may listen to you, but you have to speak. So go ahead with your queries if you have any, and I would love to answer them one by one. You can go ahead. There is a raise hand option. You can raise your hand and then probably you can ask your question, something like that. Or directly you can unmute yourself and ask the question. No question from anyone?
Sir, I don't have any doubts, sir, but I am very thankful for your information, sir.
Oh, Ramkrishna ji, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ramkrishna ji, thank you so much for your kind and beautiful words. But actual contribution, what I believe, Ramkrishna ji, will come when we'll see your name in the final list. So we would be looking forward to see you, coming out with the flying colors as far as this examination is concerned. So let's work together and so that we can, definitely achieve our goals. What we have. Yeah. Anybody else would like to ask any question? Okay. There is a question on the chat box from Jaffrey. Jaffrey, if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, please do excuse me. But if it's a correct pronunciation, because this is what the name I can see on the screen, and he's asking that I'm 30-year-old and will I be able to clear this examination? See, Jeffrey, to be very honest, this examination needs burning of the midnight oil for 365 days. So, if you have the eligibility part, you need to check in whether you are eligible for not, because I'm sure it is allowed up to 32 years. So, still you have a 2 years good time. And if you can start preparing seriously, I think in 2026 only you'll be able to make it. Because, see, for every student, even if they have 5 attempt, 10 attempt, or, no, or 10 years time, it is one and the same thing. If you can't make it in the one go, definitely second time it becomes all the more rigorous. So what I request, Jeffrey, that you give your best shot, right? And let's try to make it happen. If something goes wrong, don't worry. This knowledge which you'll gain over the period of time is definitely going to make you a very better person and a very important, valuable human being for the society also. So you are in a win-win situation on both the side. But yes, you will be definitely able to clear. That's a trust I have on you, and we at Geoid have that faith on each and every one of you. Right? Okay. There is a question from Azra Mirza. I'm facing problem while choosing the books for UPSC. As I'm a beginner, I shall be very thankful to you if you can provide me the book list. Mirzaji, definitely we are going to share the book list. And just to answer your query, what you have to start with, you have to start with the basic NCRTs. But basic NCRT does not mean that we have to go from 6 to 12. Basic NCRT simply means there are some selected old and new NCRTs, the list of which would be forwarded by our team. I'll request them to share the list with you. All right. Okay. And then we have a query from, okay, let me see. Again, I'm requesting if I'm pronouncing it wrong, please do excuse me. Shanmugh Priya or Shanmugha Priya, right? And good evening. I'm working professional. How shall I manage my preparation? Well, see, Priya ji, this exam required 4 to 6 hours of daily study. I'll be very honest with you. It doesn't need 15 to 16 hours of study. If you are able to give or devote 4 to 6 hours daily, and plus on weekends, if you can contribute 8 to 9 hours, that is Saturday, Sunday, if you have off, then I think it would be very easy for you to definitely go ahead and you will be able to make it. But if you are getting less than 4 to 6 hours daily, then what you have to do, Priya? You have to actually prepare for 2027 exam, right? So tenure would be increased, and then with that, you can go for 2.5 to 3 hours study per day. That also will make the things workable for you. All right. We have the question from Amrita. I have only two options left, and due to certain personal reasons, I was not able to even try it once. No worries, Amrita. But this time, if you have got the opportunity, right, then let the world know that what you are capable of. So, what I would say at my end, that give a try, Amrita. See, it's just like shooting the stars. Even if you miss, you land among the what? I mean, shoot the moon. Even if you miss, you land among the stars. So, this exam, see what is the beauty of this exam. Once you get this much knowledge, no, trust me, you will never fail in any interview of your life, even if you are going for a corporate. You can debate, discuss anything with any level of person without hesitation. So, there are some good things also about this particular examination. But still, Amrita, you have two attempts left. I would request you to give your best shot, and I'm sure, right, that like Ramakrishna, you would also be able to crack it, right? Okay. Then we have question from Sneha. How was the consistency for the preparation? See, consistency simply means, Snehaji, that you need to at least study for 4 to 6 hours a day. So for that, what we'll do at Geoid, when you once you will be there, in our in-house program, we'll share a strategy. That strategy is known as chart making strategy. Now, what is chart making and graphical strategy? I cannot share the detail right now because time paucity is there. But on a piece of paper, try it home. Make a 30 days graph. On one side time, other side date. First, second, third. Let's say starting from 1st November. And on a time side, you make 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, like that. Every day, make a graph or a bar which should touch 4 hours daily. If you are able to make this for 30 days, I'm sure, Sneha, you will learn the consistency. It's just a 1 month exercise, right? Yes. Priya, will GOI team will give the preparation strategy for the working professionals? Obviously, Sneha, no doubt. I mean, Priya, no doubt about it, because not only the strategy sharing, right? We are going to actually take the follow-ups. That whatever the target we have shared for that particular week, whether you have completed or not. And if you have not completed, what are the possible reasons you are facing? Is it a time paucity? Is it a resource constraint? Or is it something else wherein we can actually come out of the box and definitely would like to help you if that kind of situation comes in. But as far as sharing the strategy, a detailed planner would be shared with you, right? Not only on the weekly basis, but fortnightly and long term basis as well. So rest assured for that, right? There is a question from Gayatri. Hi, sir. Hello, Gayatri. Are there any particular author books for a particular subject and any specific newspaper for the current affairs to follow? And can you please tell me a short idea about the optional subject? Okay. Well, Gayatri, first of all, your question comprises of three important segments. First, is there any particular author for a particular book? Definitely. Like, for example, if I give, let's say I'm taking polity. So for polity, we have to read a book called Indian Polity by M. Lakshmikant. Like that, if I'm going for geography, I may refer Majid Hussain or I may refer Dr. Kullar. If I'm going for history, I may refer Bipin Chandra or I may refer, Spectrum publication. So almost for every subject, there is a standard reference book by a particular author. All the respected team members, that is teachers, and the respected faculties, they would share you the list of books along with the NCRTs in their edition, which you need to follow. Because trust me, Gayatri, in UPSC, it's very important to know first what not to read. Once you know what not to read, it would be very easy for you to understand what to read. That is the answer for first question. Then, specific newspaper for current affairs. See, Gayatri, if you are a beginner, we would request you not to go for a newspaper because newspaper contains a lot of articles. Let's say if you're a beginner, not completed any subject, and some economics news came, how come you're going to understand that news? So, first idea would be complete your foundation, read some basic subjects in detail like polity, history, geography, economy, and then start reading newspaper. Then only you'll understand the article. Otherwise, it will be a waste of time and things will go above our mind. We may not be able to understand, right, that what that news says. For example, let's say I just talked about Ladakh issues. If my student is not about aware about what is reorganization of the states, how come he or she is going to understand the Ladakh issue? If there is a news in economics that okay, a lot of tariff war is going on in different countries. Now my student is not aware about GDP, GNP, or basic the fiscal deficit, primary deficit, or current account deficit, how come he is going to understand the trade imbalances in the tariff war? So for any student, not only for you Gayatri, but for anyone, if you are interested in reading the newspaper, do read it once you have completed your core subject. Otherwise it will waste your time, and definitely it is not going to help you out in any ways. However, to answer your question, if I believe that you have done your subject, then for that reason, you can refer either Indian Express or you can refer the Hindu as well. But any one out of it, Indian Express would be slightly better if I'm not wrong. Then, third party has said that, can you please tell us about the optional subject? Generally, see, all the optionals are good, no doubt about it. But only point is what you need to understand. First, you need to understand whether you have an interest in that subject or not. But suppose you have interest, but you do not have any resource available. Let's say I'm interested in studying the astrophysics and want to take physics as my optional. But I'm not finding any coaching, any study material, any teacher for that. So you need to look into those subjects for which availability of resources, availability of teachers, study material is there. Then third, try to select some short and precise subject, because you are not supposed to do PhD in that. You have to just read that subject for qualifying. So try to take those subjects which can help you later on in your services. For example, you are applying for UPSC, you'll become a bureaucrat, you'll become an administrator. So you must know about how the administration works, how the bureaucrat function, what is the role of district collector, what is the role of superintendent of police, what is the role of joint secretary, under secretary, and so on. If this kind of subject you'll select, definitely it will help you in pre-training as well as post-training as well. So what I find that there are some subjects like, if you ask me, I'm a teacher of public administration. And why I love that subject? Because public administration is something which helps you in before selection also as an option, and after selection when you go to Masuri, there also administration, law, economy, these subjects are taught for 2.5 years. So you can choose law, you can choose economy, you can choose pubed, like that you can decide upon. I hope some bit of clarity is there as far as your doubts are concerned, Gayatri. But since this is a short duration discussion, so we may not be able to discuss in detail. But later on, definitely, once we are on floor, whatever queries would be there, they are certainly going to be answered in a much more elaborated manner. Well, next move on to the next question. Question from Sneha. So, good evening, Sneha. अगर किसी का ग्रेजुएशन बैकग्राउंड लॉ का ना हो तो क्या वो लॉ ले सकता है? बिल्कुल ले सकता है स्नेहा, देयर इज नो डाउट अबाउट इट. बट ओनली थिंग इज, मतलब अगर मेरा पर्सनल ओपिनियन आप पूछ रही हैं, तो आई वुड हेजिटेट इन टेकिंग द लॉ, बिकॉज लॉ में थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है, उस सब्जेक्ट में बहुत सारे सेक्शंस आ जाते हैं. criminal laws, civil laws, then constitutional laws, then ordinary laws, then forest law, then tribal laws, then dispute related with the family, with the industry, with the labor, and all those things. So it becomes a huge syllabus. But if you are comfortable in that, if you have an interest in that, Sneha, I think you can go with the law as a subject. There is nothing wrong in that. Only thing you need to understand whether we have a good institution providing the law, whether you have a good resources available for completing your studies. If you write some answer, are there teachers who can assess your answer and give you the feedback so that you can improvise upon your writing? If these facilities are there, obviously, Sneha, there is nothing wrong in taking law as an optional. But do zero in from those things. Then there is a person from Oli Ula. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I put my hands together and submit my apology, because I may be wrong with the pronunciation part. So please excuse me. And you are saying that I'm from Tamil medium. So what is your query? Like, if you are from Tamil medium, you want to write the papers in your like Tamil language, or you are asking for selecting the optional or something like as Tamil literature. So if you can little bit clarify your question, because just you messaged I'm from Tamil medium, sir. So basically, what exactly you want? You want to prepare in Tamil medium, or you want to prepare, and write your answers in the mains in Tamil language, something like that. So in the meantime, we can move on to the next query. There is a question from Sandhya. Hello, Sandhya. How are you? Very good evening. I'm working professional and wife too. How to start my preparation? My husband always supports me. That's why I'm interested in joining GOI. This is my first experience. I do not know how to start my preparation. Well, Sandhya ji, the first of all, I would like to be very thankful for your life partner, because it's really difficult to get a person in life who supports you, and especially if I'm a girl, then it's all the more difficult, because generally we found that the in-laws family do not support for these kind of initiatives. So we are really grateful for him that, and you being lucky enough, I would say, that you got such a person in your life who is supporting your dreams or especially a dream like, preparing for UPSC. And we have hundreds of examples, of girls who are making into UPSC after marriage, after having kids, with the support of their husbands and the in-laws. So first of all, millions of congratulations for getting such a, what we can say, supportive and cooperative life partner. Second thing, uh, if you are going to join this, see, I do not know, Sandhya, that how much time you are going to take out as far as your preparation is concerned. But the same thing I'll tell you, that if you can give us 4 to 6 hours, trust me, at Geoid, we are assuring your success. If you are going to do as directed, if you are going to complete your assignments on time, if you are going to attend the classes regularly, there is no obstacle as far as you and your dreams are concerned. So we most welcome you on Geoid, right? We will provide you every possible assistance what you need, and if you are willing to do that, then trust me, you are going to find your name in the final list of students, no doubt about it. Okay. Then we have another message from Gayatri. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gayatri, and we are very thankful to you for participating in this particular program. And trust me, I mean, what we are going to do is nothing but we are there to help you in all possible way. And I am, as a teacher, is very thankful to my teammates, to my director sir, right, that he had given me the opportunity to speak such a talented people like you. So if you have to be thankful to us, no doubt about it, but not today, Gayatri. You should be thankful to us the day when we will find your name in the successful candidates list, and that is what our objective is. All right. Perfect. And okay, we have another message from Ramakrishna ji. The every word you said is absolutely correct and perfect. Looking forward for your valuable suggestion, Ramakrishna ji. First of all, it's an honor for me to get an opportunity to talk to intelligent people like you. See why I'm using this word again and again, just not to appease you. Those people, those students, or the student fraternity, which actually think for preparing the toughest exam of the country, right? Obviously, they are the intelligentsia. And you are somebody out of nobody. Somebody means those 5,000 people, so called bureaucrats, respected bureaucrats who are running the country. And nobody means we all 1.4 billion people. So nobody's are 1.4 billion people. Somebody's are those selected few, 4,000 to 5,000. You are trying to park yourself into that elite club of bureaucrats. So obviously it needs a courage, it needs a determination, it needs such a bold decision making ability to decide for this course. So really, really, I mean, it was a wonderful interaction with you, Ramakrishna ji. And it's just a reciprocation from our end that we are also thankful to have you here. So thanks a million once again for being here, Ramakrishna ji. Sandhya, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sandhya ji, for your valuable time and listening to us and probably reciprocating to us. So we are very thankful for you to, so that you took out time to attend this particular, session, though it is slightly at odd time. First of all, it's Sunday, a family time, and then 8 o'clock in the evening, but still you people are there. So we are really, really thankful to you guys. Any other question we have, you can shoot. If not, then we can wind up for the day. Okay, there is a question from again. Please, please, please. I beg your pardon if I am pronouncing it wrong. Dhatya Chaini. Okay, Mania Mai. So I know it is wrong, and since I belong to North India, so it is really difficult for me to pronounce. But please, please, please excuse me. Don't mind for it, right? And you are asking, your doubt is about the current affairs. Yes. See what I told you and the other student also, that if you are a beginner, please do not revolve into the hustles of current affairs. But if you are the one who had completed your GS course, foundation course, then it would be a right time for you to prepare for the current affairs. Or else what you can do, suppose you are a beginner, the moment you complete one module, let's say for example, you completed environment, take the newspaper, read the news, only those news articles which are related with environment. The day when you'll complete your geography, read the articles related to geography. The day when you'll complete polity, like that if you want to do, then you do. Otherwise, what will happen? You'll at least devote 2.5 hours to 3 hours to read the newspaper. And trust me, not even 2 to 3% of that content would be fitting in your mind, because you may not be able to understand until and unless you do not have the sound basic understanding of the core area. So that's a request. If you are a beginner, please do start it slightly later. after completing some of the modules. If you are already the one who had done GS at least once from one or the other place, then it would be a right time to start with the current affairs. Perfect. So I think that's all we have. Okay. So let me close the argument. And once again, I'm very thankful to all such beautiful and intelligent minded people for attending this particular session. Secondly, I would be very, very thankful to all my teammates, my director, sir, at Geoid, our all technical staff, and including everyone from top to bottom who is actually working very hard to make this program successful. So I'm really, really thankful that they have given me the opportunity. And last but not the least, I would request you to come on board at the earliest. We are starting the course from 5th of November. If you are really interested in starting your journey for UPSC, do not waste time, because if you are going to actually miss this 1.5 to 2 months, then definitely you have to postpone your success for 2027, because for 2026 now we are at a peak time. 8 to 9 months are required to qualify PT, and if you start early, definitely you can achieve your goals, you can achieve your dreams at a very earlier stage. So, with that note, thanks a million for joining us. See you in the class. And till then, please take good care of your health. Do take blessings of your parents. And last but not the least, study well. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.